What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, unfortunately, a fight that we was anticipating seeing between former unified WBC, WBA welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Keith one-time Thurman, who is 30 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8", with a 69-inch arm reach. We was expecting to see him take on undefeated WBA regular welterweight world champion, Lithuanian star boxer, in Eimantas Stanionis, who is 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. Stanionis is 29 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. They were supposed to fight December 9th in Las Vegas with a stacked undercard, right? That was going to feature 2 former world champions. Well, one is still a WBA middleweight world champion, Erislandy Lara and Danny Swift Garcia, on Showtime's last pay-per-view big fight card, right? December 9th. And now that has been canceled, as Showtime has decided to pull the plug on that fight as well. Showtime is pulling the plug on that fight, so we're not going to get Keith Thurman versus Eimantas Stanionis. I feel completely bad for Eimantas Stanionis because, once again, a fight has been canceled and pulled. The rug has been pulled from underneath his feet. I don't feel so bad for Keith Thurman for staying inactive, because a lot of this inactivity is on Keith Thurman. Period. Okay? It's nobody else to blame but Keith Thurman himself. Why is it Keith Thurman fought 3 times in 6 years? Right? For Stanionis, he was signed multiple times to fight against Mexican undefeated superstar welterweight title contender Virgil Ortiz Jr., but Virgil Ortiz Jr. twice pulled out the fight, and the fight didn't come to fruition. So I feel bad for Eimantas Stanionis. Now he's signed on to fight Keith Thurman, and now that rug has been pulled from underneath his feet. Eimantas Stanionis should have went the route of fighting Jaron Boots Ennis, undefeated welterweight superstar, the Phenom as I refer to him, title contender Jaron Boots Ennis, who has 31 wins, no losses, no draw. He has 28 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'10", with a 74-inch arm reach. That's the fight Eimantas. Now I understand Eimantas Stanionis is a type of fighter that'll fight and go in whatever direction they point him in. Hey, we want you to fight him, he'll fight him. We want you to fight him, he'll fight him. That seems like the mindset of Eimantas Stanionis. Nonetheless, he's not getting any fights. He's staying inactive. He had 2 big names, Keith Thurman and Virgil Ortiz. 2 big names, right? It fell through. Showtime pulled the plug. Now, Showtime is still scheduled to have a possible card that looks like it's going to be later on in December, and it's going to be a low-level card. And now another fight that was supposed to take place, Hector Garcia versus Lamont Roach, that's now moving to this November 25th card. That's going to feature David Benavidez against Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, Jamal Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr. So there's big names on that card. It looks like they're going to stack out that last pay-per-view card, and that's it. Showtime is out the business of the sport of boxing. Now, for everybody saying that Showtime was going to have a few more cards in 2024 that's going to feature Saul Canelo Alvarez, and they were going to stay in the business just for Canelo Alvarez, I told you that's not happening. So this Benavidez card is going to have Matias versus Ergashov and Jose Luis Garcia versus Lamont Roach on that card. The prelims have Michelle Ali Rivera versus Sergey Lipinets, and Vito versus Alexa Salazar. So they're stacking that card, and it looks like December 16th, they're going to have another card that's going to feature David Morrell on that card, and then that's it. So Showtime has 2 more fights left in the sport of boxing, 2 more dates left that they're securing, and they out the sport of boxing. This just marks another year Keith Thurman has been inactive. Just another year that Keith Thurman has been inactive. He didn't fight in 2023 at all. He fought once in February of 2022. Keith Thurman fought twice in 2019 when he lost to Manny Pacquiao. And essentially Keith Thurman's career is coming to an end. That's where it's headed. Keith Thurman's career is essentially coming to an end. Right? He's going to quickly become a gatekeeper at this point in time, and it's completely unfortunate for a guy of Keith Thurman's status, magnitude, and skill set. It is like a waste of a career. Keith Thurman's career is like it's a waste of a career, right? It's truly, truly unfortunate, right, that Keith Thurman has a huge fan base. He took 1 loss to Manny Pacquiao. Majority decision, close fight. He got dropped in the fight. He got hurt badly in the 10th round, but a close competitive fight to a legend. Inactivity. Since he won the belt and unified the belts in March of 2017 against Danny Garcia, you couldn't pay me to tell me that Keith Thurman was the last time we're going to see the best of Keith Thurman. That Danny Garcia fight was the last time we saw the best of Keith Thurman. He didn't fight again after the Danny Garcia fight for 2 years. 2 years. He came back, he fought Josito Lopez. He looked sluggish in that fight. We chalked it off as Keith Thurman just had to get the ring rust off. Then he came back and he fought Manny Pacquiao in July, and he lost. Then we didn't see Keith Thurman again until February of 2022, almost 3 years later. He fights Mario Barrios, who had just got stopped by a lightweight, a super featherweight. Tank Davis moved up from 130 to 140 to challenge Mario Barrios. Dropped him 3 times and stopped him in the 11th round. Mario Barrios, the very next fight, moves up to welterweight, fights Keith Thurman, never tastes the canvas, doesn't get knocked out, obviously, and hurts Keith Thurman a multiple of times in that fight. Keith Thurman batted him, and he won. And then we don't see Keith Thurman anymore. 3 times we saw Keith Thurman since the Danny Garcia fight. In 2017. We are going into 2024. 7 years. And Keith Thurman has fought a total of 3 times. A grand total of 3 times. And now we got this big fight with Eimantas Stanionis. I was anticipating seeing this fight. And now another year is going to pass and Keith Thurman is not going to fight. But yet they're giving Keith Thurman every opportunity to be successful. WBC put him in the top of their ranking list. Now the WBA put him in the top of their ranking list. And it's undeserving. Because he's now skipping the line and he's holding up the line as he's skipping it. Because he should be forced now to fight Jerron Boots Ennis or get off the pot. Keith Thurman should have to fight Jerron Boots Ennis now or it's over. If he don't fight Jerron Boots Ennis, Keith Thurman, it should be over. And Eimantas Stanionis needs to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. So Keith Thurman, they need to fight. Period. And it looks like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, that fight might not happen no time soon. And Terrence Crawford looks like that fight going to be at 154. After those pictures we just saw from Errol Spence, I have no doubt Errol Spence is not coming back down to 147. And if he does, he's just going to be super weight draining himself. So I have no doubt that fight going to take place at 154. So Terrence Crawford going to vacate the belts, elevate Eimantas Stanionis to the WBA Super Champion, right? Let Jerron Ennis fight for the IBF official belt against Keith Thurman or somebody of that magnitude. Then let Stanionis and Ennis fight for unification bout. It's time to move on. It's time. It's time. Keith Thurman is semi-retired, and that's a shame. With all the talent, I love Keith Thurman. With all the talent he has, he is semi-retired. And once again, another year has passed, and Keith Thurman will not be fighting. Amazing. And that's all I got for y'all, man. I know they're going to reschedule. The PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, is going to look to move since Showtime is getting out the business after 37 years. Another reason as to why this fight is not coming to fruition. It's unfortunate, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue. I'm signing off. I'm gone. Peace.